checking in with some of the couples who made the biggest impressions on us over the past 6, 7, or 8 months. And this goes back 7 months to be exact. During the first week of October, see if you remember this couple. Marie needs a second date update today. She went on a date with a guy named Adam, and we're going to try to help her out. Hi, Marie. How are you?
Hi. How are you this morning?
Good. Where did you find this Adam?
High school, actually.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, he was my date to senior prom, and I broke up with him a little bit after that, and it went really poorly. I felt bad about it for years.
Oh, wow. How long was it before you ran into him again?
Well, it's been like 6 or 7 now. But I ran into him at a Bengals game, and we started talking, and I apologized, and that was like such a weight off my chest. And we had a really nice conversation.
That's great.
Yeah, I was attracted to him. It was great. We exchanged numbers. We were texting, and we finally got to go on a date as adults. And he spent the night at my place, but now he's just completely disappeared.
Oh, no. You think this is some kind of payback for the way you dumped him in high school?
That's what I was curious of too. It sounds like a movie, doesn't it?
But I don't think he'd do that. He's never struck me as that kind of guy. And I've known him for so long, and I haven't heard from him for over a week.
So was it weird hooking up with him now versus then?
Were you hooking up with him back then when you were in high school?
Oh, good question. I just assumed.
I mean, we were but teenager version of hooking up. It's not the same.
Yeah. It's adult version.
It's different.
You're better at it.
And it doesn't take, it takes more time.
Or you hope, anyway. Yeah. Plus, it must have been nice to go on a date with a guy who actually owned a car.
That wasn't his parents.
Had a job.
I've been doing that for a little while now, but yes.
Yeah. So how did the date end?
He left the next morning. I made him coffee, and we talked, and he was sweet, and he kissed me on the way out the door, and it's been over a week and nothing.
Oh.
Love him and leave him.
That stings a little extra, doesn't it?
Telling you what. Let's take a break. When we come back, we're calling Adam, and we'll see what's going on with him.
Thank you.
I look forward to meeting him. As Second Date Update continues next with Jeff and Jenn at Q102. We haven't had many reunions on Second Date Update, but this was a reunion of sorts for Marie and Adam. Actually dated in high school, and Marie said that when they broke up, I guess it didn't go well. Marie broke up with him. Maybe didn't handle it in the best way. So
you never do. Were you? I mean, Jeff, you've always been smooth, but when you dumped a chick way back, were you smooth about it, or was it
I was
awkward and terrible and just?
Well, I would lie. I would say, I don't think I want to be in a relationship right now, and I totally just wanted to see someone else.
Yeah,
you just wanted to hook up with somebody else, and you'd be like,
you'd already gone on to the next.
And then when we saw you do that, we were like, oh my God, he's a liar too now.
Yeah, he's a horrible person. I get it. But fast forward 6, 7 years, she ran into Adam at a Bengals game, and it was good. She took that opportunity to apologize to him for the way things ended 6 or 7 years earlier in high school. Still felt like there might be a spark there. So they spent the next few days texting back and forth and eventually went on a date. And after all these years, the chemistry's still there because he ended up spending the night.
What do you know? Hello.
And things seemed to be good when they went their separate ways. But here we are now, and would you say it's been a week, Marie?
8 days?
Yeah. So we're going to call him
No good
up.
excuse.
I did have the thought that maybe this is his way of getting back at her for the way she dumped him in high school, but who holds on to that stuff?
Some people do, Jeff. You'd
There
be
are some
so
people.
surprised.
Yep.
Well, I hope it's not that, but let's see what he's up to.
Hello?
Hi, Adam.
Yeah.
Adam, it's Jeff and Jenn at Q102. How are you?
Okay.
And Tim and Fritch
Good
from
morning.
Q102, the radio show. You got a few minutes?
Hello.
I do, and I think I know what this is about, and I am sorry.
You're sorry about what?
I can explain the whole situation, and I hope she understands.
I assume you're talking about Marie.
Yes.
Okay.
So I've never gotten over her. She broke my heart in high school.
Yeah.
We were young, but I always thought that we'd be together for a long time. And I was devastated when she dumped me. I was angry for a while, but after all that dust settled, I was just sad about it.
Mm.
So when I ran into her and she apologized to me, that just stirred everything up. And
in a good way, I assume?
No, in a great way. That we got together a couple times, and I was all in after that. And I mean, all in.
Yeah, so what happened? You ghosted. It's been 8 days since she last heard from you.
Well, there's kind of an issue that I didn't tell her because I didn't want to shut down any possibility of us being together.
But?
I had a fiance.
You had a fiance?
Yes.
Until when?
Until recently.
Within the past 8 days?
But with it, yeah.
Yes, in the last 8 days. It is over now.
Now, what's her story?
She's in Nashville, and I was planning to move down to Nashville next summer to be with her.
Okay, so once you rekindled this, you decided you were going to break up with the fiance.
Yeah, I went down to Nashville and I told her what's going on here and that I just couldn't marry her. And, so yeah, I'm so sorry that I briefly disappeared to Marie, but I needed some time to detangle some things, and it's almost done now.
Well, maybe let her in on it.
Yeah,
we got her on the other line. You can tell her yourself. Marie, you still there?
Yeah, I am. You're engaged. You're just now telling me. I mean, you're not even telling me on purpose. I don't know what to say. You made me a homewrecker.
Well,
How long had you been with her?
A while, a few years, but I was only with her.
Long time.
Yeah, but I was only with her because I never thought I'd ever see you again. Seriously, I know it sounds very, very cheesy, but it's always been you.
Oh, my God.
I have broken up the engagement. It's over. I'm in the clear. I am free to explore a new relationship, which is what I want more than anything.
Okay.
Yikes, though. How do you feel about this? Are you okay with it?
I mean, do we all have somebody in our past, no matter how long ago it might have been, that we felt at that time was the love of our life, and it didn't work out? And you still think about him every once in a while. You've moved on. Life is good. You're maybe even really happy in a new relationship and a life, but that's still there, And what would happen if that person showed up on your doorstep one day? And the chemistry was all there and the magic was all there. I mean, would you be able to walk away from that, or would you blow up your life to be with that person?
There's no way. I immediately think about mine, and I see where he is now versus what I'm doing now. And hell no, girl. We are not getting back ever.
So that's easy for you to answer.
It is easy, but it's not easy for everybody, because I think that some people have that, they
romanticize it.
Yes, they do have that one that got away that has an incredible life, that has the high-rise condo in New York. And what if we would have stayed together?
Or it may have nothing to do with any of that stuff.
Yeah.
That was like a lost
There was
connection.
a connection there that was so powerful.
If we could just have a chance run in like these two did at the Bengals game, you'd know pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah. Whether or not it was
call
still
off
there.
your life, I feel like.
Well, would it be fair to the fiance in Nashville for him to go ahead with it?
No.
Regardless of whether or not this relationship works out, it's become clear that she would at best be a second choice.
Yes.
Totally.
And would he always be pining and thinking about her while he's with me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's probably good that Adam took himself out of that engagement.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I don't know, Marie.
Ew.
How you feeling about this now?
I'd be Mm.
Not great. This is a lot to take in. I need some time to think about it, and I don't know if I want to talk about it on the radio anymore.
Yeah.
Understand.
Yeah, get it.
We get that.
I mean, what was your plan to, call her soon and get together with her soon and let her in on all of this? Or were you just going to put the past behind you and leave it there and not even bring it up and just move forward?
I don't even know what I was planning to do, to be honest. I think I was trying to just get rid of this situation and then be able to focus on her, but then this happened.
Like, Marie, would it have been different if, and maybe you can't answer this right now. I know you said you don't really want to get into it now, but I guess my first question would be if he had said to you, hey, I'm in this thing, but now you've got me questioning everything. Can you give me some time? You think that would have
that would
landed
have been so
differently?
different.
Yeah.
It would have respected the woman he just hurt. It would have respected me more. To do this, it's like he deceived both of us.
It just all happened so fast.
Yeah. Dang.
I don't know. From my perspective, I think that you both like each other and he just made way for it to happen. So get at it.
Yeah. Why are you waiting any longer to start your lives
You
now?
already waited 20 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Quit wasting time.
What's that movie line that's like when you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with someone, you
Billy
want the rest of
Crystal.
your life to start right now?
Yes, as soon as possible. Yes, that's Billy
Something.
Crystal when he showed up at the New Year's Eve party of
Yes.
Meg Ryan. It's when Harry met Sally.
That's right.
life
I
is
remember
messy
You
sometimes.
realize. Yes.
we studied that
We
movie.
had a Bengals game.
Yeah, in our interpersonal communication class at NKU, we studied that movie, and I do remember that part of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
cool. All right. Well, we have a lot to think about, don't we?
Yeah.
And I do hope we hear.
Yes.
Let's circle
From
back.
you. Yes.
That's what we'll do.
We'll circle back.
So that was back in October of last year. Fast forward to today. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome back Adam to the Jeff and Jen Morning Show. What's going on, Adam?
Hey, Jeff and Jen, how are you?
Hi.
Question
Doing all
is,
right.
how are you, bud?
Yeah, no kidding.
Where's Marie?
Yes.
Well, it kind of ended up not working out as I had planned.
And is that because she was still kind of raw over the way you handled the breakup with your previous fiance, or was it something else?
No, we got past that and we did start dating again, but we kind of just felt as though like maybe this wasn't the big thing we thought it was. Like maybe we had romanticized it a little bit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's kind of over now.
So who ended it? Was it you this
Was it
time?
mutual?
Or
Yeah.
It was kind of on the mutual side, to be honest. We just had like a long, serious talk about it.
I mean, you were talking about how she was the love of your life, man. Like you were willing to throw it all away for her. You dumped your fiance for her. How are you feeling about that now?
Oh, I mean, I still feel great about dumping the fiance. I mean, not great, but
Maybe not the best choice of words, but I think we get what you mean.
at least I didn't have to move to Nashville.
So that obviously wasn't meant to be. But I mean, how are you feeling about the breakup with Marie?
Yeah, like what were the things that came up that made you realize that, you couldn't go back?
Once we made it kind of a legit thing, it kind of felt like it was more exciting, having to run into each other and have that fling and, and then, you also have a different mindset when you're young.
Yeah.
And I think you put different values on things, especially romantically. And it just didn't quite exist as an adult.
Right.
When the fantasy kind of left and it became day to day in the grind,
Yeah.
right?
Wow.
It's like on all these, The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. It's so easy to fall in love in those scenarios and in these
in
little
those settings.
bubbles that you're in, and then they go into real life and they go back to their jobs and having to go grocery shopping.
Yep.
And who's gonna cook and who's gonna do the laundry and all that crap.
Yeah.
Man, my new job's a hassle and the kids have the flu. I
Can
don't
we
know.
please go back to the Bachelor Mansion?
Well, but I get that. But I do think it's cool that you guys ran into each other and had an opportunity to explore that because now you know.
Yeah, you gave it a
Yep.
try.
You gave it a go. Now you know, and I give
Yeah.
you credit for that because it's better to love and to lose than it is to never love at all.
That's
but
right.
to know. I mean, I would have hated for you to go your entire life pining for this person that it never would have worked out with to begin with.
Thinking,
right?
what if?
Right.
Yeah, at least I know now.
You should
Yep.
know. All right, Adam. Well, best of luck to you, man.
All right, thank you guys.
Really appreciate you coming on Second Date Update Week.
Well, thank you for having me.
All right, buddy. Yeah, that was heavy. And if you missed any part of it, we'll replay it in the next hour for our incoming 8 o'clock listeners. But it's Second Date Update Week all this week. And that's what we're kind of doing is checking in. That's what I love to do. I love to check in with people. Whatever
See what's
happened
going
to
on. Mhm.
How they doing? How did it all turn out?
Yeah.
So, we'll roll it again next hour. And, of course, we have a different one each day this entire week. It's Second Date Update Week leading up to Memorial Day weekend. And you can also catch it on the podcast. If you don't have time this morning, catch it on the way home or while you're at work. You'll find the podcast on the app. Search WKRQ. Oh, I see the sun coming up in Omaha. Look at that.
Yeah, it's right in my
Beam of
face. I gotta shut
sunlight
the- I'm gonna
illuminating you.
Illuminate. Yeah, gotta shut these drapes.
You also find the podcast online at WKRQ.com. I know. Jen's got this glowing, angelic morning light
Oh,
beaming
let
in
me
on
tell
her.
you, that's me.
In Omaha, Nebraska. What are you in? Are you in a Hampton Inn or a Marriott or a Courtyard?
I am
or-
in a residence inn.
It looks
inn
very
in
nice.
Askerban, which is Nebraska spelled backwards.
Oh,
It's the
Askerman,
part
Nebraska.
of Omaha we're in.
Very nice. Well, coming up, we've got Jeff's Italian word of the day. Also, how about some of the day's news that didn't make the news? Like, what are the odds that your server, happy National Server Day, is eating your leftovers? That's all straight ahead next. But first, Denise Johnson has your latest track.
Thanks for listening.